Let's get started. I need to... Nice. Put in your earphones. Okay, I have a drink here with me. Raina can't see it, but like, it looks funky. It's like coffee boba with... Yeah, it looks really nice. Unlike the rest of this video. I'm gonna take a sip now because... Yeah. That's good.
I have to go at like 11:40 because we have
Okay, let's get started. Okay, I'm just gonna start at a random point that I think is where we left off because I'm not sure where. Yeah, 'cause we, I yielded in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time, we're going with an escort. OMG, WTF, are you giving in to the mainstream? I asked. So I guess you're a prep or a Christina or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Enemy, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and I've already read this part. Wait, shit. I feel like this is the right place. Kawaii, they're watching Das Nightmare before Xmas. Kawaii, bloody Mel shook her head energetically, lethargically. Oh yeah, have a confession. After she got expelled, I murdered her, and then Lupin did it with her, cause he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Oh hey BTW, I'm going to the concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade with MCR, I said. I am going to wear the hottest outfit like ever. Bloody Mary nodded energetically. OMFG, let's totally go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting at my Hot Topic loyalty card. No. My head snapped up. What? My head spewed in. I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No! No! She laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogwarts, that's all. Who told me about them? I asked sure whether it would be Draco or Diablo or Vampire. Don't even say that name to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let me call our brooms. OMFFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk. Come on, let's go. We would go off to a punk goth store specifically for the concerts in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was OMG hotter than Gerard Binockles because that's impossible and gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many poses there are in this town, man. Yesterday, Lupin and Snap tried to buy a gothic camera pouch. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no, they're gonna spy on me again. I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tully coming out and a very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy that outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what, I am going to give it to you for free because you look totally hot in that outfit. Hey, are you going to be at that concert tonight? He asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey BTW, my name's Ebondi Darkness Dementia Tara. Wait, what's yours? That's so passive aggressive. She got rid of Raven from her name. Oh my god. Oh my god. Tom Ridd. Tom Ridd, he said and ran a hand through his black-dyed hair. Maybe I'll see you there tonight. Yeah, I don't think so because I am going there with my boyfriend Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily, but before he could beg me to go with him, Hagrid flew on his black broom looking worried. Oh, Mifty Ebon, you need to get back to the castle right now. Chapter 17. By the way, my sister's doing tutoring right now, so I hope that she can't hear me. Author's note. I said stop blaming the destroyer. If you're a prep, then don't not read it. You can Wedler a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fook. P.S. Willow isn't really a prep. Raven, please do this. I promise. I promise to give back your poster. Ow. Then close your door. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for each your brother. Then he said that he would help us with his makeup if he wanted to because he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come spelled exactly how you'd expect it. Back to Hogwarts. WTF, Hagrid, I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you fucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Who is this? Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly because Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with red lace on it and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bulbs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diablo, she answered happily. Well, anyways, Draco and Diablo came. They were looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell that they thought we were hot too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black pants he got from the Warped Tower. Bloody Mott was going to the concert with Dracola. His name is... Okay, Dracola used to be called Neville, but turns out he was kidnapped at birth, and his real family was vampires. Again, they died spelt like hair dye, in a car crash. Neville converted to Satanism, and he went off. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes with black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Anyway, we all went to Draco Black Mercy Ben's, get it, 'cause we're gupfic, that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of the stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and had an amazing ethnic voice. We moshed to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly Gerard pulled off his mask. I feel like we've already been here. So did the other members. I guessed it wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots, he shouted angrily. Ebony, I told you to kill Vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill Val and Draco. No, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly a gothic old man flew on his broomstick. He had long black hair and long black bread. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shuttered a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. Dumbledore, my man. Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flamming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock, and you're not a prep. Thanks for my suitor. P.S. The odor isn't Oh, the other reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he tried to be gothic soda. Dumbledore. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood red lipstick, and a black really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and strapped so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull barely ring with black and red diamonds in it. The night before Draco and I went to the skull. Get it, skull, because I'm gothic and I like death? Yes, we get it. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Oops. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and then we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. Like cheese grater great. All the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you fooled to see that there was a pink pant underneath the black pant. And there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpsons and the Backstreet Boys. WTF! I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini. Oh god, there's so many descriptions. With a good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets, and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs in black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin but was wearing white foundation and had dyed his hair black. ... Dumbledore! We all gasped. WTF! I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Oh no, I have to do the Dumbledore voice, and it's gonna be so loud.
Hello everyone,
he said happily.
As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it?
Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we got to just looked at it all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was.
BTW, you can call me Albert,
he said. He called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser! Draco shouted angrily as we started to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Way like Gerald? Haha. But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis. Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. Author's note. Please stop flaming the story. If you do so, you're a fucking prep and you're jealous, okay? From Nuck, I'm going to dealt your men revoice. BTW ever need a poor blood so dur. One fangs, two raven, for the help. What? All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had to go to one thing to look forward to, an MCR concert. It had been postponed, so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room and sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was and he got all mad and started crying, all hot and angsty. Rent sensitive bi guys so hot. No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his blue eyes like Billy Joe in the Boulevard of Balkan Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt, and a black dye. Get it instead of tie because I'm gothic? I was wearing black leather low cut with jeans with chains all over it and a black leather mini, black high-heeled boots and a cross belly ring. My hair was all up in a really messy high bun like Amy Ling in Gong Under. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard! I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted, but it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily crying. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and... What? I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. That's how that works. Suddenly Hagrid came. He had appurated. What? You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily while dropping my pot. WTF do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Someone was with him too. For a second I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Speaking.
Hey, I need to ask you a question,
he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse.
What are you wearing to the concert?
You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I
saw there was a concert that for a lot of goths and punks were going to,
he said.
Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you.
Chapter 20. Can't fucking drink out of this. Ow. Author's note. I said, do not care what you think. Stuff perflamen, okay, prebs? One thanks to Raven for the help. One oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic combat boots. MCR were going to the concert again, since Voldemort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I mushed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and wanting to feign you for the venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but scaredly I hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come rap me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around him and Snap since he was a pedo. No, actually, get it? Hell, oh, can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can fuck your 60-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, going away. Anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot. They both shooted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up, though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love keying guys doing it. But both of them were fucking preps. BTW's Snake is mobbed to Gryffindor now. WTF, is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me. Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me. I replayed. You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my back camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was all that about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So huck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire, looking extremely hot. WTF, where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's been a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said NOB on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there, playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Chapter 21. Fuck you, okay? You fucking sucks. It's not my fault if I spelled wrong, okay? Cause that bitch rather and cause it fuck all of you preps. One whoops, soz Raven, thanks for the help. BTW Transylvania rocks rad. I even got to go to the castle where Dracola was filmed. I'm having a stroke. Bitch. Your mom's Coca-Cola. How dare you? Later, we all went into the school. Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay? I asked in a gothic voice. No, I'm not, you fucking bitch! He shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way. I stated to cry because I was afraid he'd commit suicide. It's okay, Annabelle. Oh wait, no. It's okay, Annabelle. Vampire said comfortably. I'll make him feel better. You mean you'll... You mean you'll go fuck him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too. Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood fell down his pale face. I was so turned on, because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophobe, then fuck off. We do not support homophones in this household. And then... We heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility cloak. We both got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand. Who's there? He shouted angrily. We saw filth come. We went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly. Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, fuck you, you preppy little loser poser son of a fucking bitch, Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me, who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filth smell. Filth, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded, and then... Vampire Frenched me. He did just as... Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak. What the? He yelled, but it was too late, because now we were ruining away from here. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay? I guess so. Draco wept. We went to our coffins Frenching each other. Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid. See, isn't that the present? On the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put on the video, his eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of something that was happening now. There was a knock on the door, and Fug, and the mystery of magic walked into the school. Chapter 22. We're halfway there. Author's note, shut the fuck up. Prebs, stop flaming, okay? If you do not like it, then fuck off. I know it's Mr. Norris. It's Raven's fault, okay? 1-1. You suck. No, just kidding, Raven. You fucking rock preps suck. All day, everyone talked about the misery of magic. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was in my coffin, so I opened the door. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were... where? Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow... oh god, there's more descriptions. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Under that she wore a black poofy skirt with lace on it, and black gothic boots that were attached to the top. Vampire was wearing a baggy simple plaid t-shirt and baggy black pants and Vans. Draco was wearing black MCR t-shirt and black jeans and a leather jacket. He looked just like Gerard Way, and almost as fucking sexy. Vampire looked like Joel Madden. Bloody Mary was wearing a tight black poofy gothic dress that she had ripped so it showed off all of her clearage, with a white apron that said bitch without the T, and other swear words, and MCR lyrics on it, kind of like the one dress I had seen Amy Lee wear once. Darkness, who was Jenny, was there too. She was wearing a ripped gothic black dress with ripped stuff all over it and a lace-up top thing and black pointy boots. So were Crab and Goyle. It turns out that Darkness, Diablo, Crab, and Goyle's dad was a vampire. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist with a razor. He had raped them and stuff before too. They all got so depressed that they become gothic and converted to Satanism. OMFG! I yielded as I jumped up. Why the fuck are you all here? NOB, something is really fucked up. Draco said. Okay, but I need to put on my fucking clothes first. I shooted angrily. It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyways. You're so- oh wait, no. You're so fucking beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice. Oh, alright, I said smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective. I will, he said. So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow and white foundation. Then I came. We all waited outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. A fucking prep called Brittany from Gryffindor was standing next to us. She was wearing a pink mini and a Hilary Duff t-shirt, so we put up our middle fingers at her. Inside the Great Hall we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too. This cannot be! She shouted angrily. The school must be closed! The Bark Lord is planning to kill the students, yelled Cornelia Fudge. You are no longer to be fit to the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You are too old and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry or Voldemort will kill our students.
Very well,
Dumbledore said angrily.
But we cannot do this. We can't close the school. There is only one person capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school. And her name is... In any darkness, Dementia Ravenway.
Draco, Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Willow, Vampire, and Bloody Mary looked at each other. I gasped. That's good. Chapter 23. Author's note. The hut the fuck up, bitches. 1, you're just jealous 'cause I get 10,000 revoys. 1, thanks to Raven for the help and telling me about how books, Gurulu, rocks, let's go shopping together. My eyeballs hurt. The door opened and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stomped out angrily. Then there was Dumbledum and Rumbridge sawed us. Mr. Way, what the beep are you doing? It literally says beep. Rumbridge shouted angrily. Dumbledore blared at her.
Oops, she made a mistake.
He corrupted her.
She means hi, everybody come in.
We all came in angrily. So did all the other students. I sat between Darkness and Draco and opposite Bloody Mary. Crab and Goyle started to make some morbid jokes. They both looked exactly like Vile Vilo. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard some shooting angrily. I looked behind me and it was... Vampire! He and Draco were shooting at each other. Vampire, Draco, WTF? I asked. You fucking bastard! Yelled Draco at Vampire. I want to shit next to her. No, I do. Shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, you motherfucker. She laves me, not you, shouted Vampire. And then... he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew on his broomstick. He had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All the glass in the window he flew through fell apart. Brittany, that fucking prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. Everyone gasped. The room fell silent. Voldemort! Ebony. Darth Vader? What? Said in his raspy voice.
Thou have failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou, and I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too.
Please do not make him kill him, please.
No! Ha ha ha!
He laughed cruelly.
Kill him, or I shall kill him anyways.
And then he flew away cackling. I burst into tears. Draco and Vampire came out to contort me. Suddenly, my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic. I had a vision where I saw some lightning flash and then Voldemort coming to kill Draco while Draco slit his wrist in a depressed way. No! I screamed sexily. Suddenly, I looked up and stopped having the vision. Let me blow my nose. Ouch. Ebony, are you alright? Asked Draco in a worried voice. Yeah, I said sadly as I got up. Everything's all right, Ebony, said Vampire, all sensitive. No, it's not, I shouted angrily. Tears of blood went down my face. OMFG, what if I'm getting possessed, like in the Ring 2? It's okay, girl, said Bloody Mary. Maybe you should ask Professor Sinister about what the visions mean, though. Okay, bitch, I said sadly, and then we went. Help. Perhaps stop flaming the story, you're just jealous, so fuck you, go to hell. 1-1. Raven Things 4D help. Well, we had Deviation next, so I got to ask Professor Trevelry about the visions. Konnichiwa, everybody come in, said Professor Sinister in Japanese. She smelled at me with her gothic black lipstick. She's the coolest fucking teacher ever. She had long, dead black hair, with blood-red tips and red eyes. Her mom was a vampire. She's also half Japanese, so she speaks it and everything. She and Bloody Marie get along great. She's really young for her teacher. Today she was wearing a black leather top with red lace and long gothic black ripped dress. We went inside the black classroom with pastors of Emma Leatherstrong. I raised my hand. I was wearing some black nail polish with red pentagrams on it. What is it, Ebony? She asked. Hey, I love your nail polish. Where'd you get it from? Hot Topic? Yeah, I answered. All the preps who didn't know what HT was gave me some weird looks. I gave them the middle finger. Well, I have to talk to you about some things. When do you want to do it? How about now? She asked. Okay, I said. Okay, class fucking dismissed, everyone. Professor Trevelry said, and she let everyone go. Except for you, Brittany. She pointed at Brittany and some other preps. Please do exercise 1 on page 3. Okay, I'm having lots of visions, I said in a worried voice. I'm so worried Draco going to die. She gave me a black crisp toe ball to lock in. I looked at it. What do you see? She asked. I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram. Suddenly there was a knock at the door. I looked at it. It was Draco. He was looking really sexy with a black leather facet, a black leather gothic Lincoln Park shirt and black Congress shoes. Okay, you can go now. See ya, you cunt, said Professor Sinister. Bye, bitch, I said, waving. I went to Draco and Vampire sitting next to him. We both followed Draco together and I was so exhibited. Chapter 25. Author's note. Okay, stop flaming. If you don't, then I'll tell Justin to bet you up. And I'll tell what? I'll tell Aldan Reds to put Veritas in your computer. Fuck you. Raven, thanks for the help. Oh boy. I was so excited. I followed Draco, wondering if we were going to do it again. We went outside, and then I went into Draco's black car. Ebony, what did the Professor Travelry say? Whispered Draco, potting his gothic wit hand with black nail polish on mine. She said she said she would tell me what the visions meant tomorrow. I grumbled in a sexy voice. He took out a heroin cabaret and spiked it, and gave it to me to spork. He started to fly the car into a tree. We went to the top of it. Draco put on some NPR. And all the things you never taught me, and all the smiles that are ever gonna haunt me, said Gerard's sexy voice. We started tiling off each other's clothes fervently. He took off my black thong and my black leather bar. I took off his black boxes. Then my eyes hurt. That was weird. He put his throbbing you-know-what in my tool sexily. OMFG! Draco! I screamed, having an orgasm. We started Frenching passively. Suddenly, I fell asleep. I started having a dream. In it, a black guy was shooting 2 gothic men with long hair. No, please don't fucking kill us, they pleaded, but he just kept shooting at them. He ran away in a red car. Oh, no! Oh my fucking god! I shouted in a scared voice. Ebony, what's wrong? Draco asked me as I woke up, opening my icy blue eyes. I started to cry and tears of blood went down my face. I told Draco to call Vampire. He did it. Yeah. Okay, bye, Raina. He did it with his black Lincoln Park mobile. But the worst thing was the people were in the dream were Lucianne and Sirius. I'm all alone now in this chat. Like, I'm so lonely now. I'm gonna blow my nose. The coffee is good, but I can't get it through the straw because I'm dumb. Okay, chapter 26. We're 10 chapters through. Maybe we can get to another 16 chapters. Chapters. God, I'm starting to speak in as many spelling errors as there are in this story. Goddamn. Okay, chapter 26. Author's note, prep, stop flaming the story, okay? If you do not like the story, then go fuck yourself, you fucking prep. You suck. Oh, why? And I wasn't being racist, okay? A few minutes later, and Vampire came to the tree. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, black leather pants, and a Good Charlotte t-shirt. "Hi, Vampire," I said flirtily as I started to sob. Draco hugged me sexily, trying to confront me. I started to cry tears of blood, and then he told me what happened. "Oh, fuck it," Vampire shouted angrily. He started to cry sadly. "What fucking did that?" "I don't know. Now come on, we have to tell Dumbledore." We ran out of the tree and into the castle. Dumbledore was sitting in his office. "Sire, our dads have been shot," Draco said while we whipped some tears from his white face. "Ebony had a vision in a dream." Dumbledore started to cockle. "Ha ha ha ha. And how dare you expect me to know Ebony's not divisional?" I glared at Dumbledore. "Look, motherfucker," he said angrily as Dumbledore gasped. "C is the toot of Cractor." "You know what? Very well, I'm not delusional. Now let's get some people out here to look for Sirius and Lucian. Pronto!"
"Okay,"
he said in an intimidated voice.
"where are they?"
I thought about it. Then all of a sudden, "Longdong," I said. I told him which street. He then went and called some people and did some stuff. After a few mistunets, he came back and said people were going to look for them. After a while, someone called him again. They said that they had been found. Draco, Vampire, and I all went to our rooms together. I went to Draco to wait in the nurse's office, and then Vampire went to slit his wrists in his room. We then looked at each other's gothic, depressed eyes. Then we kissed. Suddenly, Sirius and Lucian came on in stretches, and Professor Sinister was behind them. Chapter 27. Vampires will never hurt you. I just really want some burger. That's good. Author's note. You know what? I do not give a fuck whatever preps think about me. Stop flaming the fucking story, bitches. Thanks to Raven for your love and sport. I love you, girl. Soz, I couldn't update. Lol, I was really depressed. I slit my wrists and I had to go to the hospital. Raven, you go, girl. Everyone in the room started to cry happily. I had saved them. Draco, Lucian, Sirius, Bond, Vampire all came to hug me. Then the nurse started to give them medicine. "Come on, Ebony," said Professor Sinatra. She was wearing gothic black leather dress with a corset on top and real vampire blood on it, and fucking black platinum boots. "I have to tell you the fucking perditon." I looked at Lucian, Seraph, Drake, and Vampire. They nodded. I smelled happily and went to a dark room. I had changed. Professor Sinister took out some black cards. She started to look at a black crucible ball. She said, "Tara, I see Drac times a year," she said badly. She peered into the balls. "You see, you must go back in time." She took out a time turner like Bloody Mary had. "When Voldemort was in Hogwarts, before he came powerful, he got his heart broken. Now you must think he would still become Voldemort if he was in love?" I shook my head. "Now you must go back in time and seduce him. It is the only way. If he is still evil, then you must kill him. You can come into my room tomorrow, and you can do it." "Okay," I said sadly. We did death's touch sin. I went outside again sadly. "What fucking happened?" asked Draco and Vampire. "Yeah, what happened?" asked Darkness, Willow, and Baldy Mary. I was about to tell them, but everyone was there. They were celebrating Lucian and Sirius being found. Everyone was proud of me, but I just wanted to talk to Draco. They were cheesing my name, and some reporters were there, trying to interview Dumbledore. A banner was put up. Lots of fucking preps were there, obviously trying to be gothic, wearing the him sign on their hands, despite them not having actually heard of him. Even Mr. Norris looked happy. A black and red cake had been brought out. Crabe and Goik set up some fireworks in the shape of Scots from Wesley Wizard Wises. I put on my invisibility coke with Vampire and Draco, and we sneaked out together. Chapter 28. I want a nap. I deserve one. I have coffee, but I need a nap. Author's note: I said stop flaming the story. It was a mistake when Professor rarely said that, okay? Go to fucking hell. You sucks. Thanks to Philly for the help. Raven, have fun with Kiwi. We went into a black room. The walls were black with portraits of gothic bands, like MCR, GC, and Marilyn Manson all over them. A big black coffin was in the middle. Red velvet lined in the black box. We were 3 chairs of bones with real skulls in them. I was wearing a black corset bar with purple stuff over it, fishnet stockings, and black leather thong underneath. I feel in one of those chairs dispiritedly. So did Draco and Vampire. Are you okay? Vampire said, potting his alabaster hand on mine. He was wearing black nail polish. I was wearing black nail polish with red crosses on it. Yeah, I guess, I said sadly. Draco also put his hand on mine sexily. I smiled sadly with my black lipstick. The problem is, I have to seduce Voldemort. I'll have to go back in time. Draco started to cry sadly. Vampire hugged him. It's okay, Bobby, he said finally. But what about me? You're not gonna break up or anything, are you? I should not have gasped that hard. Of course not, I gasped. Really? He said. Sure, I said. We Frenched sexily. Vampire looked at us longingly. Then I took off Draco's MCR shirt and seductively took off his pants. He was hung like a stallone. He had replaced the vampire tattoo that said Enobi on it. Black roses were around it. I gasped. He looked exactly like Gerard Way. Vampire took out a video camera. I said it was okay before. I took off my clothes, and then we were in for the rid of life. We started Frenching as we climbed into the coffin. He put his Spock in my you-know-what, and passively we did it. I love you, Bobby. Oh, let me feel you. I need to feel you. He screamed as we got an orgasm. We watched Vampire filmed everything perfectly. Suddenly, what the fuck are you doing? It was Snope and Professor McGoggle. Chapter 29. Author's note. Sot does fuck up. You are jealous cause your prep, so fuck you. Raven, you rock girl, thanks for the help. MCR rock 6666. Oh my Satan! We screamed as we jumped out of the coffin. Snap and Professor McGonagall started to shoot us anger. I'm having a stroke. Angrily. Come now. God, that's what Draco said 10 minutes ago. Preacher McGonagall yelled. We did guiltily. We left the room putting on our clothes. Snoop grabbed the caramel and put it in his pocket. Hey, what the fuck? Vampire shooted angrily. Yeah, Buster, what the hell are you doing with the fucking camera? Draco demanded, all protective, looking at me longly with his gothic red eyes. Look, Dumbledore knows your little secret, and if you do this again, then you will go to St. Mango's. So give back the camera. Ha 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 ha. The Ministry of Magic thinks he is crazy. There was no way they would believe him. Snap laughed meanly. Yeah, so shut your mouth, you stupid innocent fools, yelled Professor McGonagall. She made us come into a weird room with white stones all around it. There were all these weird tools in it. Draco started to cry all sexy and sexative. Get it? 'Cause he's a sex bomb. Lol, Tom fell not rules for life, but not as much has Gerald. Your sex on legs. I love you fucking rock. Marry me. Wow. I started to cry tears of blood. It happens in Vampire Chronicles Raven said, okay, so fuck you. Vampire took out a black handkerchief and started to wipe my red eyes. And then he and Snoop both took out guns using magic. They started to shoot each other angrily. None of the ballots got on each other yet. I took out my wand. Crucio! I shouted. Snap started to scream, and he dropped the gun. But it was too late. Both of them ran out of bullets. I stopped the curse. Both Professor McGonagall did a spell, so they were all chained up. She took out a box of tools. Then she said, okay, Severus, I'm going to go now. She left. Snap started to laugh easily. Vampire started to cry. It's okay, Annabee, said Draco. Evergreen will be alright. Remember the city you took of Snake? Snape laughed again, and then he took out some whips. Chapter 30. Oh, my parents are home. Ends it perfectly at chapter 30. Bye guys, 50-minute session. It's been fun. Okay, bye. I'm gonna post this to YouTube.